Hey everybody, I need to I look a bit weird because of how I am again, but I'm showing the whiteboard. Is going to be a really good live video. I need to get down so you can see me. Welcome to 2018. I am super excited to be here with you guys, and we see people jump on the call already. It's fantastic. So guys, don't forget, get tagging people, get in your group chats now. So, the Tuesday night call is live now. Get people on the call. Let's get these numbers up. And I'm really pleased to see people jumping on already. That's awesome, guys. So, remember guys, if you're watching on replay, let us know where you are in the world and just say replay. If you're watching this live, just comment live. Again, let us know where you are in the world. Can you just turn it around for me please so you can see? So what I'm going to do is, right, let me back this up a little bit. I am just doing some whiteboard training for you guys tonight. So I need to back my, right, there we go. Let me just, perfect. Now, if I am here, can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. Right, so should I say this or should I go around? I'll go back round and talk to you guys. Right, so I am back. Right. I'm here again. Perfect. Right. So, as you can see, I am not in my office. I am upstairs in our soon-to-be nursery on another whiteboard. And I'm going to be going through some recruitment training for you guys. I know this is one thing that we are always asked about. It's one thing people always come to me and say, Dan, how do I do this? I need to bring more people in. I need to up my recruiting game. And so I decided, right, do you know what? I've been reading a fantastic book recently. I finished it a few weeks back, and I'm going to show you guys what it is. In a minute. I know some of you guys are reading this too. It's a great book. I advise everybody to get it. So I'm going to show up in a minute, and then I can just literally show you guys how you can close a sale and a presentation so much faster. How you can say less to more people. How you can stop wasting your time. Because the amount of times people will say to me is, oh, Dan, I'm talking to this person, I'm talking to this person, but I don't know when, am I going on too long, or they send me a screenshot and I'm looking and I'm like thinking, right, you know what, you're wasting time there, where what you think could be building rapport is actually not. And what I'm going to try to do now is visually show you guys exactly how that can happen. I'm going to roll my sleeves up so I'm getting a bit hot in here, and hopefully I'm not going to wake Cody up too. So, I see we've got some good numbers jump on the call now. Lots of people coming on, so hey everyone. There, yeah, exactly. The hope is what this is going to do is stop you guys spending too much time on small talk. So I am super excited for this call tonight. I am full of energy. Whenever I stand up doing calls, I'm always more energized. I have my coffee. I am super excited about 2018. Like, you guys have no idea how excited I am about this year. It's going to be incredible all round. And that's why I know this training call is really going to help everyone. So let me turn this camera around, as you guys see. Cool. There is our whiteboard, and there is me. And I tell you what I'm going to actually do very, very quickly. So just 2 seconds, guys. Sorry if you want to use that. I'm putting that there, and the reason being is I've just stuck a mirror behind, so I can actually see myself in the mirror now, so I can make sure I'm on camera okay. So what this is really going to be helping you now to essentially stop wasting your time on people when you are recruiting. It's going to help you close sales quicker. It's going to help everything go much, much smoother for you guys. So I'm really, really excited about this. So essentially, when we are talking to people, and first thing I want to say to you guys is every sale is the same. Whether you're selling a toothpaste or whether you're talking to someone about the business, it's exactly the same. I'm going to show you guys how and why it's the same in a second. Now, what I mean by that, even if you have somebody that comes to you and says, I've seen your Facebook post, I really want to buy a toothpaste, how much is it? They give send them over PayPal, sale, done. That is exactly the same as if you are messaging somebody and they're asking for information, you're sending a presentation and you're dealing with objections and then you close it. That is exactly the same, and the reason being is because you have essentially, here, so I'm going to put S for the start, and then you have here C for the close. I hope you guys can see that. And then what you have here is this line, okay? Let me just... And what you have there is that line. Yes, you can see on screen. Cool. Now, this is what I mean by why it's exactly the same, because you have the start and then you have the close. That could be you messaging somebody or someone contacted you saying they want to buy something, and then you have the close. That's why it's exactly the same, guys. We need to always remember that. No matter what it is, who you're talking to, how you're talking to, the way you're talking to, what you're talking about, it is the same. You have an opening conversation, then you have the final, whether it's to close, whether it's they sign up to the business or they will send you money for a product. That is the close. So essentially, you have the same thing. And what we need to remember here, and how I'm going to try to teach you guys to say less to more people. Now, this is going to stop you wasting your time with people, whether it's you're selling a product. And what it's going to do is, it's not necessarily, this is going to up your recruiting game, but at the same time, it's going to, because it's going to stop you wasting time on people, it's going to make things go quicker for you. It's going to make things go smoother for you. It's going to help you so much better, guys. It really, really would. When I read this, I was like, oh my God, this is literally on point to exactly what we do. Now, what I want to talk to you guys about is what this essentially is. This is how we are going to do it. It's called straight line closing. Okay, so you can see straight line closing, and the book you want to get is this. Now, I'm going to first of all talk about this, and then we're going to go a bit more depth into it. So what you have here, you have, like I said, guys, you have where you start the conversation and where you close it. Now, at some point along this, you are going to get your presentation out, or you're going to say, if someone says to you, look, I'm interested in toothpaste, it's going to have some more info, and you could send them like, you know, it does X, Y, and Z. That essentially is a presentation on the product, you know, because you are talking about the product. You could just say, you know, whatever it does, or you could send a 2-minute video link, no matter what it is. So at some point, you're going to send your presentation, okay, which is going to be here, as you can see. So you got, you start the conversation, you've got your presentation, and you've still got this section here to go. Now, like I said, so at some point, you're going to get to there. The idea is, we want to get to the first point of the presentation as quick as possible. And for me, if say, now I'm going to talk about cold messaging right now, message people, I can normally get that presentation out within 2 messages, you know, and I've spoken about what I said before, so I'm not going to cover it again. This is basically like how it works that's going to stop you wasting time with people. Now, what we then need to do when someone watches that is get them from there to the close, okay? Now, what we also have, this is where it's going to show you this, guys, so well, okay? We have here, I'm going to do another line there, okay? Another line here. So we have, this is the areas you want to stay into. Stay with me, guys, this will make more sense in a minute. So like I said, we have where we open the sale, then we have the presentation, we have the close. What we have here, and we call this intelligence gathering, okay? Intelligence gathering, or more simply put, building rapport, okay? What we also have is these areas here. So you have, you can do it in orange, this area here, and this area here. This is your time wasting zone. And we want to make sure that when we're speaking to people, we are always in this area here, and we're not wasting time. Now, what happens is, whenever we send a presentation, or you send out for information on a product, so say we'll talk about products, someone comes to you and says, hey, I've seen you posted on whitening toothpaste, can I have some more information on it, please? You go open conversation to the presentation, so then you present. And that could be, you know, it covers your teeth in silicone. It's a whitening product. It's got no bleach. It's got no, he's got no nasty, blah blah blah. You say the bits of information on the PIP, send it across. They're like, oh, okay, cool. How much is it? And then you tell them how much it is again. So what you've essentially done, you're moving them along the line because you're getting closer to there. Because they've asked how much it is, you've moved them along there because you've done a good presentation. Then you might say, you know, it's X amount of money plus a delivery. They might turn around and be like, oh, do you know what? I can't really afford that right now. What's happened there? You've had an objection. So we've kind of got a point we've come to. Now, what you want to be doing here is gathering intelligence, okay? Rather than time wasting. So gathering intelligence will be, you know, someone's asked, say they can't afford it, you can say, then what you need to be doing is tell them why it's a good product, why it's worth the money. And then what you're essentially doing is looping back to the line. So I've given you an objection where they're trying to pull you off the line, but what you've done, you've looped them back onto the line, because they, you know, they can say, well, do you know what, that's a lot of money right now. And you can say, well, do you know what, it may seem like a lot of money, but compared to an at-home whitening kit or going to a professional teeth whitener, it is not a lot of money at all. You get to use it twice a day, it lasts such a long time, you know, all these kind of different things to bring that objection back. So what you're doing, you're bringing them back on the line. So you're looping, they're trying to take you off the line, but you've looped them back onto the line. And then you're showing them the value in why they need to do it. And I talked to you guys in a minute about why people buy products. So as you can see what you've done there, you've looped them back onto the line, okay? So you've got them back on here. Then they could be like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, no, that does make sense. I think I can afford it, but I may not buy it right now. I'll probably give you the money at the end of the month after payday. So what they've done again, they're trying to get you back off this line. So again, you need to gather some more intelligence. And you could say to them something like, do you know what? You know, you can wait till the end of the month, but I have it in stock now. So if you were to buy it now, I can get it out to you tomorrow. Or if you haven't got it in stock, you can again handle the objection. We're not going to go too deep into objection handling. So I just want to teach you how you can bring people back, and the idea about it is. So then what you do again, they've tried to loop you out. So you handle the objection, you bring them back in, okay? And then you get them back towards the final point where they send you the money and you got your product sent across. Now, let's talk about your presenting the business, so you're recruiting. So this is what I want to talk to you guys, show you exactly how it's the same. So, just using my Nuskin towel. So, let's get you back onto the straight line. So, we've got to here, okay? Now, I want to talk to you guys exactly what I do. So, this is exactly how I recruit people and how I message people, and I've got pretty good at it. So, I can always get, so I open a conversation, I drop someone a message, same thing every single time. Hey, how are you? Thanks for accepting my friend request. Can I ask, have you ever heard of Nuskin? They could just say, nope. So they say, oh, okay, cool. Well, you know, it's the reason I messaged you. I've had a nice new profile. I hope you don't mind. I feel like you'll be amazing at what I do. You're very positive, very professional. I always compliment that is sincere and genuine to do with their profile. So if they're not positive or professional, but I really like them because they've got a big social media following, or they're really good on social media, I'll say, do you know what, you've got a great social media following, you're really good, you know how to watch social media, I really think you'd be good at what I do. If you're open to it and I send across a 2-minute video, would you check it out? They're always going to say yes. They've got no reason not to. The reason being is because the expenditure is so little for them to watch a video. You know, I've complimented them. I've said all you need to do is watch a 2-minute video. It's not like I've said, right guys, you need to, if you want to listen to what I do, you need to come across to me in 2 weeks' time. That is like a big thing for somebody to do, because they've got to take time out of their day, they've got to maybe block it out, remember it. Now I'm just going to, look, you can watch a 2-minute video. So simply put, they're going to say yes. 9 times out of 10, people always will do in that process. And then what's happened? I've got the presentation now. So then what I do, I will always message somebody when I've arranged a time they can watch it. Say they can watch it at 7 o'clock tonight. I say, you know, cool, can I message you at 7:30? Would you have seen it by then? They say yes, so I say, perfect, I speak to them. So I pop a message at 7:30 and say, hey, did you get a chance to watch the video? What part did you find most interesting? I always ask that. I never ask it, did you get a chance to watch it? Or what did you think? Because when you ask somebody what they thought, what you're then going to do, you're actually inadvertently sparking negative reaction, because they're going to be like, what did I think? You know, well, I thought this, but you're saying, what part did you find the most interesting? What did you find the best? What caught your attention the most? They're looking for the positive. What you're doing is essentially, you're pushing them along this line, okay? Because you're keeping things positive, you're keeping things straight. And then they might say, do you know what? I really love the products. So then you have another chance to do a second presentation, because they have told you what they're interested in. So then you could turn around and say, do you know what, we have 600 products available globally, we have da-da-da-da-da, or you could ask, you know, what part of the products, what kind of products. You're asking them questions, what they are interested in. And you've got a second part of the presentation now, because I've asked them what they're interested in, they've told me So I've told them, and they've told me that they want to know about products, I've told them that. Or they may say, do you know what, I'm really interested in making more money, I love the fact I can work from home. So you can say, you talk about money. Whatever it is, it's a second presentation. So you can see, guys, how all I'm doing is asking questions. I'm staying in this phase here by intelligence gathering, by asking them what they are interested in. I'm not saying to them, like, I'm not sending them a presentation and then saying, I'm going to send you this, the company does this, we've been around 33 years, we're in 49 countries, we're a $3 billion company, blah, 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 blah. Tell them everything they haven't even asked for. I'm asking them what they want to know about, and I'm telling them. I'm gathering intelligence. And at the same time, I'm building rapport, because I'm asking them questions, and I'm listening to their answers. So as you can see, by this point, I've got a second presentation now. Now, I could talk to them about the products. Excuse me one second, guys. So I could talk to them about the products, and they may turn around and say, oh, I love the fact you've got all these products. I really feel like it's something I can do, but, it's always a but I haven't got time right now. So what they're doing is trying to push you off this line, because they're saying, I haven't got time right now. So then what we need to be doing, we need to raise their necessity about why they need to join. So instead of saying, oh, do you know what, I know what it's like to, what we need to do is relate to them. So what I wrote down is some things here about how we can actually handle that time issue. For a perfect example, time is always one when people go on about. So I wrote this situation down here, and this conversation actually physically happened to me. So what someone's trying to do there, they're trying to push you off this line by saying, I haven't got time right now. So they're giving you an injection. So rather than wasting time with people and, and start talking about the weather, the dogs, what they like on their Facebook, whatever it is, just asking stupid questions and wasting time with people, your goal is to get them back on that line. That's your goal. That's all your goal is, to get them back on that straight line, to get them towards the close. That's all your goal is. So if someone says to you, I haven't got time, you can easily put, then they say, I haven't got time for this, I'm so busy right now, I'm working kids. I always find that one people, I'm so busy right now. And I always say to you, okay, well, what can I ask you, what is it you're so busy? You always have to, before you ask somebody a question, we have to say, can I ask? Because at the end of the day, some people, they don't know us, they may have their backs up. If someone's messaging me and they're like, why haven't you got time? Then you're going to be, your back's going to go up a little bit, right? Because we haven't even asked permission if it's okay for us to ask that question. So I always say to somebody, can I ask, what is it that keeps you so busy and it not allows you to have much time? And there's some, they can come back and say, like I said, this conversation happened, and they turned around, I said, and they said, you know what, I work 40 hours a week and I have 2 kids. So then rather than being like, instead of saying, oh, this is perfect for you, you can get out of that, I wanted to relate to that person. I wanted to do what's called pace, lead, and I'll talk about that in a second. So I turned around and said, oh man, I bet you're so busy then with those two, that they have you running around the house like crazy. I related, gathered some intelligence, because I understood the fact that she works 40 hours a week, she has 2 kids, and she's really busy, and I'm building rapport by relating to what she's saying. So now she told me and said, yeah, it's absolutely non-stop, I don't get a break. So I put, do you know what, I totally understand, but it sounds like you need a break. Okay, I haven't told her she needs to join the business. Again, I raised that level of necessity. I said, it sounds like you need a break. She turned around and said to me, that would be nice. Because, again, she's realising that, you know what, I am busy. I do work 40 hours a week. I do have 2 busy kids. It would be nice for me to get a break. Again, all I'm doing is gathering intelligence and building rapport by asking simple questions, okay? And then I turned around and said, well, how about I can show you a way that you can get a break? That's all I've done. I said, how about, because what I'm doing now is slowly but surely getting back to the line. Slowly but surely looping back to the line. And then she turned around and said, and I said, how about I show you a way you can get extra money that can give you a break that won't take up any more of your time. Simple what I'm doing. I'm pace leading. Because what you need to do here, guys, when we're asking questions, hopefully you can see this, you can. So when we're asking questions, we're gathering intelligence. We have 3 reasons we need to raise people's necessity. 3 reasons why people buy into something. I'm going to write it up here, okay? So we have the product. we also have trust in you. And we have trust in company. Now, these three things, you see in there, cool? These three things need to be out of 10. And I'll talk to you about that in a second, because let's think about this, right? Now, somebody, as an example, can you see that? Let me pop behind there, make sure you guys can see that okay. Yeah, perfect, we can see that. Cool. So, we have here the product. So as an example, someone is really interested in the whitening toothpaste. They love it, they have full trust in it, 10 out of 10 trust in the whitening toothpaste. They're excited over it, they've seen results, they're buzzing, you know, they trust it fully, 10 out of 10. But they speak to you, they think you're a dick, and they don't trust you at all. You're trying to charge them 20 quid instead of the normal retail price. You're charging way over, and they know how much money it is, but they've come to you because they saw you first on Facebook, so they just thought to pop you a message. But you try and overcharge, they've got no trust in you. Are they going to buy that product off of you? No, they're not. Now let's look at a different way. But you know, they've got trust in the product, trust in the company, but no trust in you, so they're not going to buy. So as an example, say somebody knows about Nu Skin, they have used Nu Skin products before, they love the company, they love the products, they love the mission, they love everything about it, so they've got big trust in the company. They've heard great things about you, you've built rapport with them, you've gathered intelligence, you've built a really good bond of a relationship with them, they have 10 out of 10 trust in you. But, it could be any product, but they hear a really bad review about the product. You're just about to close it, they hear a really bad review, they think it's overcharged, they see something cheaper on Amazon, whatever it is, that trust drops down. Are they going to buy the product? No, they're not. So what we need to do, when we're gathering intelligence and we're building rapport, we need to make sure we're getting these things as close as we can to that. And when we have all three of those lined up, not that, because if one's like that, this whiteboard's rubbish. If one is like that, is someone going to buy? No, they're not. If that is there, but product is there, is someone going to buy? No, they're not. So what we need to do is raise it up. So what you're aiming to do when you're gathering this intelligence, your aim is to get all those 3 to 10. And how you get the trust in you to 10, so you know, people need to know about you. Examples, so you could be having an issue here and they could be like, I'm an hour, and you could be like, you could say to someone, look, you know what, you'll be in safe hands with me, and you can tell them the reason why they'll be in safe hands with you. If you don't feel like you've been at the company long enough, or you don't feel like you've got enough experience, then of course you leverage your upline. Do you know what, like, I can really tap you into someone and we can have a 3-way call with my upline. They've been doing this X amount of time, they've got this size business, they can really look after you alongside with me, and we can work really tightly, the three of us to really, really grow. That's going to raise that trust there. If people need trust in the company, simply put, you know, a 33-year-old company, $3 billion, New York Stock Exchange, publicly traded, the NTC, Force for Good, 600 products globally, 12 billion in compensation, paying. Sorry, just froze. I saw that. Huge things, and you know, so we can boost the trust in there. How we boost the trust in the product? We tell people about it. We teach people about it. We send them the PIPs, whatever it needs to be, and we raise those things there. When we have these 3 things to a 10, we are going to keep someone much closer towards this line. And what we need to be doing, it doesn't matter how many of these presentations you need to do, but what we don't want to be doing is, say for instance, you know, someone starts saying, you know, I haven't got time, let me think about it. So what they've done, they've brought you to here. So you could turn around and say to them, let me think about it. You could say, do you know what, okay, let's have a phone call tomorrow, and we'll have a catch up then, or have a phone call next week, or we'll have a phone call, you know, whenever it is. They might say, do you know what, yeah, now's not a great time, but I can talk to you tomorrow, or I can talk to you next week. So perfect. So you've essentially left it here. If you then start saying to them, oh, you know, isn't the weather bad today? Or, oh, I saw on Facebook you went out to so-and-so place on New Year's Eve. I saw on Facebook you did this. All you're doing is you're starting to move towards here. And you're moving towards this area here where you're wasting time with people. That's what you're doing. Once you start having conversations that aren't going to help you get back to there, you're wasting time. Everything you say to somebody has to raise a necessity for the product, you, or the company. And it has to pull people back to this line. It really, really does, guys. And we need to, but doing this and knowing these three things will help us get people back onto this line so much quicker and so much better. If we are going to be wasting time by asking people, pointless chit chat, what people believe building rapport is having a nice conversation with somebody, talking about their kids, their dogs, their holidays, their house, you know, their work. Unless it's gathering intelligence to raise the necessity on these three things to pull people back onto the straight line, you are wasting your time. And that is why we need to be saying less to more people, because building rapport is actually building these things up, because you're being a nice guy, you're asking questions, you're finding out if somebody actually needs to rise in here. But at the end of the day, now say for instance, someone ends up, you know, you've built great rapport with them. They really, really trust you. You're an 8 with them. You've really spoke about the company well with them. They've got great trust in the company. You've brought the company up to 9 of them. But you find out the product just isn't right for them. You know, they might have been asking about, I don't know, the Nutriol as an example, but they've got long, luscious hair and it's not thinning, it's not balding, they don't need it. Then that's really going to be down there. Are you really going to keep trying to push that sale? No, because then what you're doing, you're finding out actually they don't need it. So then you don't waste any more time with them. You move on. You find out maybe something they do need. As another example, you're recruiting somebody, okay? So you're trying to recruit somebody in the business. And again, you've built great rapport with them. You've kept them in this area here. So you're not wasting time with them. You've kept them there. You're in this area. You're still in here. You're looping back there. Now you've presented twice. You know, you're having a good conversation with them. But you find out they really trust you because of it. They really, really trust the company because of it. But the product, so the service, the business opportunity is still a product at the end of the day. We're trying to sell a product because there's still a business opportunity. The business opportunity just doesn't fit their needs. You know, at the end of the day, they're happy with their job. They're really satisfied in what they're doing. They're comfortable. They don't want any more money. They don't want more freedom. They're really, really happy right now. Even if you feel like they would be amazing, because I've got 50,000 people on their Instagram or their Facebook, so you feel they're going to be incredible, but they just don't need you because they're so happy right now. At the end of the day, that's going to be down there. But because you know it's down there, however much you feel that they're going to be amazing, because you know that number's down low, you're not going to bother carrying and pursuing them. Why? Because you know that's not going to go up there. So you will then essentially say something like, do you know what, let's have a catch up in 6 months' time. They're going to be like, okay, let's do that. Because then what you're doing, you're not going to pull yourself down into this zone here. You're going to stop the conversation and say, do you know what, let's have a catch up in 6 months' time. You're not wasting time with people. Because what you're doing then, you're trying to build rapport by being their friend, by being their best mate, you know, but we're not doing that here. We're, at the end of the day, we're opening a conversation and we're closing the sale. And how we figure out this section here about looping people back onto the straight line, they give us an ejection, they try to send us up here, so we loop people back onto this line here, and how we do that is figure out 10 out of 10 on the product, trusting you, or trusting the company. That's how we're going to say less to more people, guys. And what this also does as well, this gives us the perfect way. I'll write that a bit smaller in a second. Let me just, I need to use this cleaner. Oh yes, look how clean that clean whiteboard off. So let me just quickly and I can, so what I'm going to do is essentially kind of draw this back on before I finish so you guys can kind of see it in all its form. There is essentially 3 types of people that we are trying to that buy. Okay, there's 3 types of people that buy a product or a service. So let me come down here. People buy in heat. They buy in power, or what this guy here's called them, and I like this actually. We have the lookies. Okay, now what that means is these people buy in heat, someone that buys something instantly, okay? Buying power is someone that has a lack of urgency, okay? And the looky-loos are time wasters, okay? Now, what this is going to do for you, sorry, that's a bit of a curve, not a straight line. What this is going to do for you, okay, is help you find out who is who, stop you wasting time with people, stop you having your time waste by this type of person as well. Because what can happen, here an example, now we'll talk about someone that buys in heat. What someone that buys in heat does, they can say to you, oh hey, how much is the whitening toothpaste? I'm really interested in it. Start the conversation, you could say it's £8.50, there's your presentation. They could say, okay, I really want to, here's the money. Done, close and sell, you know. Easy as that. That is someone that buys in heat, or someone you've sent a business presentation to, and it could just be a 2-minute video. So again, presented, they're like, oh my God, this is everything I've been looking for. What do I need to do? How is it? You could say, okay, this is all you need to do. Second presentation, done. Signed up. That's simple. You know, but there are people like that. It does happen, and you know, they are there. They're the people that buy in heat. The people that have the lack of urgency are the ones that take a bit more time, that are interested. They're like, do you know what? Like, you said you open a conversation, blah blah blah, send the presentation out. They are interested in the business, but they're handing some objections. They're like, oh, do you know what? I am interested, but I just haven't got time. You know, I just haven't got the money right now. I'm so busy. Blah 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 blah. Excuse, excuse, excuse. What they're doing, they've got the lack of urgency. But we can then figure out how kind of closable those people are by figuring out the 10 out of 10 on the product, the trust in you, and the trust in the company, okay? And that is how we figure out these people that have the lack of urgency. Now these people here, the time wasters, they're going to be the ones, oh, do you know what, I am interested, let me have a look here, I really want to know some more, blah, blah, blah. Then they're like, no, I'm not interested. Or they don't reply to you. They're the time wasters. You can always tell a time waster a mile off, okay? How you do that is very simply, someone may say something to you like, oh, do you know what, you could say to them, what part did you find most interesting in the business presentation? They could turn around and say, do you know what, I really found the products interesting. There's someone that is going to be either heat or power, because they're telling you something about it. Someone that's a time waster could be like, nothing. Someone that just says nothing, they're just a time waster, you know, or they could be like, oh, maybe the products. So you tell them about the products, you know, and then they say, oh, well, you know, not really for me, or I prefer using this brand. What you figured out then is there's someone that's just going to waste your time, that you don't carry on the conversation with them. I've been sent screenshots, or someone said to me, oh, Dan, I'm having trouble with this recruit. Can I send you some info? Can I send you screenshots of the conversation? Oh, yeah, of course you can. And they send me over some screenshots, and they've literally, the person they're trying to talk to has been like that, where they've literally said something like, oh, you know, I'm interested in the products, but I use this range. This range is much better. This is what I use. Or no, these schemes and things. So I'm like, look, they're not interested. Don't waste your time. So, you know, we know they're just a lookie. They're just wasting your time. Or, you know, they get those people where, like, oh, I'm really interested, but it's not right now. 2 weeks later, I'm really interested. Oh, it's not right now. 2 weeks time, I'm really interested, just not right now. And they're just dragging. But again, at the end of the day, we know they don't need the product because they're low down on that number. They have trust in us, trust in the company, but low down there. Or they could be someone that's really interested in the business opportunity. They have massive trust in you, but they just don't like the company for whatever reason. The company just doesn't fit them. It doesn't fit everybody. So at the end of the day, they're like there. We can stop wasting our time, move on to the next people, and we can focus on these people, looking for these buying powers and the buying heat people. That's what this will help you do. By gathering intelligence, not wasting time, building rapport with people by asking them questions to how to build rapport. So easy. The way you build rapport is ask the questions that when they hand an objection, that's going to help you get back onto that line there. That is how you build rapport with somebody. Okay? Oh, I'm so busy right now. Okay, can I ask you? You always say to them, before you ask a question, we must ask, can I ask you a question? And they turn around, excuse me, and they might turn around and say, yeah, of course you can. You say, okay, do you mind me asking, what is it that makes you so busy? And what you're doing there, you're gathering intelligence. You're teetering back this way. Oh, well, do you know what? It's, I work 40 hours a week and have 2 kids. Oh, okay, it's going across here. So, you know, I bet that really must keep you busy. Your pace leading. What pace lead is, it's you relate to somebody, and then you lead them away. If someone said to you, oh, I'm so busy, I haven't got time, and you're saying, well, this is perfect for you, you're trying to influence and lead their decision before you've tried to relate to them. So they're going to be like, whoa, no, it's not for, no, this isn't for me. But then if you turn around and said to them, you know, what is it that makes you so busy? And they turn around and said, well, do you know what, you know, I work 40 hours a week and I've got 2 kids. Oh man, I bet that keeps you really, really busy, doesn't it? You're pacing them. You're keeping it the same. And then they turn around and say, oh man, yeah, it does. Oh, I bet you need a break, don't you? Oh yeah, you know, I really need a break. You pace them again. And then they say, well, how about I show you a way that isn't going to take up any more of your time, that can help you earn enough money to give you that bit of a break. You're leading them back. And they can turn around and say, do you know what? Yeah, I'm open to that. Because what you've done, you've lowered their kind of confrontational level, their backup level. You've raised the necessity because you've told them why they need it. You've spoken about the fact they haven't got time. You show them how you can give them more time. So you brought them back towards this line here. Everything that you need to ask and speak to people is all about getting them back on this line. If you have to do a business presentation, then you ask about the products. So you've done another presentation. Then you're interested in the products. Okay, so let me just show you guys one last thing, and I'll see if there's any questions and comments, and hopefully this has been helpful to people. It's really difficult when you can't see it, but I hope this has been good. So if it has been good, please let me know, because I'm going to come around the other side in a minute and talk to you guys. So you can send off the first 2-minute presentation, okay? You know, we have the 5 in successing. They're fantastic to use. Use them, guys. They're a great way to open up a conversation. Short, sweet, give loads of information. Really good way to get the conversation flowing with people. So you send us a 2-minute video. You know, so you've asked them about it, you've brought them onto there, send across a 2-minute video, they've told you they're interested in the products, so you tell them about the products. Second presentation, okay? Now, you have a conversation about the products, they could give you, I don't know, something about why they haven't got enough time, so, you know, you bring them back around here because you tell them about, you pace, lead them, bring them back here, then they can say to you, okay, you know, well, what do I need to do? You know, how much money can I make with this? So then you tell them about the compensation plan. It's a third presentation, okay, to see where I'm going with the present. You know, we always know the average is like however many, like 4 to 6 presentations. There's 3, because this first 2-minute video, tell them about products, then tell them about the comp plan. Then they could just give you maybe another objection about, you know, they're interested, but what have I got to do? Because at the end of the day, to show people why this is good for them, and what so the reason why people be objective sometimes is because they feel the expenditure what they need to put out now, maybe a free opportunity, but they feel there's so much work they need to do for what they can get back. So we say to them, do you know what? They could be like, you know, I'm really interested, but, you know, and they just say, you know, whatever it is. And you can say, well, do you know what? All you need to do, very simply, I'm going to send you a form, you fill it out, or you say you can send me your details. I'm going to add you into a training group. In that training group, I'm going to take you in 2 videos. 14 minutes long between the pair of them. Just watch those. That's all you need to do right now. It's hardly anything. Everyone can do that, right? It's not much to do at all. At the end of the day, rather than saying, you know, you need to do this, and this, so much stuff, people are going to be like, no, that's too much to me. You know, there's too much. You want to make people smooth, quick and easy, that there's not much they have to do to be able to do this business and actually get involved in it. That's the way you're going to do it, guys. Keep their expenditure right down low, rather than be like, oh, I'm going to add you into this group, I'm going to tag you in this, and this. You've got to do this, and this. They're going to be like, oh man, this is way too much for me to do. I'm not interested in that. But if you said to them, you've got to fill out this form, I'll add you into 1 training group, I'll tag you in 2 videos, we need to watch those, that's it. Much easier, you keep them on this way. And you can see there how you're literally keeping it. Then they could say, well, do you know what? I like the 2-minute video, I like the products, I really like the how we're paid. It's very simple for me to do. You've made it very, very easy for me to do, but I'm just not sure about the company. Have they got the trust in the company? So you can then tell them about the company. At the end of the day, that can be 4 presentations because you told about the company, then but actually, do you know what? Any company that sound that good, yeah, you've made this really easy for me, close this. And then you say, right, let's get you signed up, let's get you in the groups. So there's obviously a lot more in-depth stuff into this, but essentially that is what this is. You know, in a nutshell, this is your time wasting area. To not waste time with people is to gather intelligence by asking people questions to get them back onto this line here, you know. And I 100% recommend everybody gets this book, Jordan Belfort, Way of the Wolf. Incredible book. It basically talks about this and what I've just broken down really quickly in 40 minutes with you. But this is, you know, I've got 10 pages of notes in here one alone. So I've tried to condense it down really quick. I hope it's made sense. At the level ups, I'm going to be going a bit more in depth into this, okay? But let me just come back around this side so I can see. Turn this back round. Now, I can't see any questions, guys, but if there is any questions or people are unsure of anything what I've spoken about, then please ask me. Now, while you've got me for a couple of minutes, I shall try to, really helpful, very helpful, incredibly helpful, amazing invitation, presentation, oh, thank you, helpful, love this advice. How do you find what number their trust is at? Well, you ask, gather intelligence. You know, you need to ask them a question. You know, say they haven't got the trust in you, you can normally pick that up because they might, you know, they might say that, you know, they really like the product. Then they ask about the company. So then you know that they've asked about the product, you've presented about the product, you've told about the company, but they don't know anything about you. So then you can say to them, do you know what? You'll be in safe hands with me. I'll be working alongside you. We'll be working together. Something like that. Or people always say to me, oh, I'm just not sure. And I will say, look, listen, just pop on my Facebook, check out my Facebook. You can see I'm legit. And then, you know, then come back, oh yeah, no, I've had a look at your Facebook story. I've had a look at you. You think you're a genuine guy, you know. Perfect. So that's, you can always just kind of tell, but again, it's just intelligence gathering when you're asking people these questions. When I ask someone what they like the most of the two, they reply the music. I have so many time wasters. I'll definitely get a lot of spending time on the time wasting in the beginning a lot. I've had nothing but time. So, what's this? Right, I can't see any more questions there. So if there's any more questions, ask me. You know, if not, comment them on the thread. I always go back for these videos and then I always have a look at the questions, sit down and try to reply to people there. But I'm going to wrap this up now, guys. We're going to try and keep these training videos always short and sweet. So I do apologise if it's been a ton of information I've just thrown out there. I tried to get as much information from like a lot of pages from a whole book, literally into a 40-minute presentation. So I shall answer the questions in a second, guys. I hope it's been helpful. Looking forward to 2018, guys. Let's go out, let's smash it. Let's don't waste time with people. Let's gather intelligence with people. Let's focus on bringing people a 10 out of 10 on the product, you, the company. Let's not waste time on the lookies. Let's focus on people that buy in heat and buy in power. Let's make sure we're staying between the intelligence gathering and the rapport section. Remember, everything from the opening conversation to the end is exactly the same. All you're doing is trying to get people back onto this line, and you're not wasting time out there. All the questions you ask are basically to do with getting people back on there. How can you turn a time waster into possible customer recruit? You don't. They're wasting your time. You go and speak to people that don't want to waste your time, that are interested in the product, you and the company. We don't waste time with people. That's the whole point of the call, to not waste time anymore with people, Chelsea. So if someone wants to waste my time, I'm not interested. I don't want to turn them into a possible customer. I'm not here. Just want to get this very clear, guys. We are not here to turn people straight no, leave me alone into a yes and a close. We are here to turn the people the buying power people that have a lack of urgency, that may be giving us a few objections and trying to throw us off this line. We're here to get those people back on, to try and coax them towards the closing, because they're interested, they're showing us interested, but we're not here to be wasting time with people. The people that are complete time wasters, we don't want to spend any more time with them. That's not what we're here to do. So let me wrap this up now, guys. I hope it's been helpful. I've had lots of fun doing it, and I shall speak to you all soon.